What do we got here, man?
Vegemite.
What is Vegemite?
It's like a Australian spread.
Is this for yeast infections?
People have it on toast every day.
Oh, yeah? Wow. Okay, let's roll.
You gonna try it? Or? This is like chocolate biscuit.
Yeah. Oh, my God, those are beautiful.
There's some caramel quality for your daughter.
You've been eating a lot of this stuff?
No, not much.
Just thought we'd bring it down. I've been trying to stay in the gym, take care of myself. You know? They look good, though. Thank you so much for doing this.
That's all right. No worries.
Appreciate it. Very, very.
Thanks to your assistant for.
Yeah, Rock. She's the best.
She was asking a lot of questions, like how many social media followers you got.
Yeah, what'd you tell her?
I just sent her a few of my pages, and
yeah,
she was like, "Yeah, you look
good.
legit."
Good.
Tell me when to roll.
Are you ready?
All right, welcome to Australia, Grant. Are you liking your time here so far?
Dude, it's awesome. I mean, look at this view right here behind me. You guys got to get some B-roll of this because it's freaking, it's ridiculous. I would have come here. I mean, the people are amazing. Compared to American people, you guys are so friendly. American people are angry. You find that, Michael?
Every now and then.
They're angry people. You guys over here, you're friendly. You have that Asian influence of politeness and manners. I'm hoping that we can pop a little more aggressive into the culture. Tomorrow I'm speaking to, next couple of days I'll speak to 20,000 people here.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to working with business owners and entrepreneurs on how to get more aggressive and still use the manners and the professionalism so that people can be more profitable. Because you got to be profitable to live in this city.
Yeah.
This makes New York look cheap.
Yeah. On that note, what are your thoughts on Australian real estate? Do you own any property here, or are you looking to invest?
I don't. We own $1.2 billion worth of real estate in the U.S. We'll probably be at $2 billion by January of 2020. When I got here, I actually got super motivated. I told my wife on the way from the airport, I'm like, I'm going back to LA. We're going to go back to the U.S. and buy every piece of real estate we can, because the United States of America real estate is cheap compared to here.
Yeah.
At least in Sydney.
Exactly.
And that being said, I would be looking in Sydney right now because of the compression here, the amount of compression. That's why you're seeing apartment buildings go up here. These rentals that they're doing for $800 a week in great locations close to the CBD are going to continue as long as they cash flow. If you have time, if you can wait through cycles, you're going to end up making a lot of money here.
Great. Taking it back a step, what was the first thing you ever sold when you were young Grant Cardone?
The young Grant Cardone, the first thing I ever sold was, I think it was clothes. Was it clothes? Yeah, I think I was in a clothing store, and I earned 6% on a tie.
Okay.
And socks and T-shirts. And at that time, I think a tie cost maybe $20. So I'd make 12 cents or something.
Wow.
I was pumped up about it too. I was actually excited. I had minimum wage. Minimum wage back then was $1.85. And I'd get a little, 70-cent commission.
Great.
Yeah.
Wasn't that great. What was your first real estate investment?
My first real estate investment was a single family home. It was $78,000. I put $3,000 down. I thought it was a genius move. I used $3,000 to buy $78,000. I thought, okay, this is the best thing. I don't even see how this can be legal. And that today would probably here, because it's 20% down now, would probably cost me $15,000, but that's still a good deal.
Yeah.
$15,000, I could leverage a $80,000 piece of real estate. Obviously, you can't buy anything here for $80,000. More like $1 million.
Maybe out in the country, you can, but not in the city. You're looking at millions around.
Yeah, but if you could figure out if you could just make the transition. The biggest mistake I made in real estate was I didn't buy enough real estate. I should have bought more real estate. I should have bought it more aggressively. I should have paid more. I should have bought in better locations, because I was thinking too small. I was thinking about the $3,000 I had rather than how could I go raise the money.
Yeah.
So look, there's no shortage of money. There's a shortage of creativity and commitment, but there's no shortage of money. So, you got $1 million properties here. How can I go gather some family members and some friends, put $200,000 together, and own a piece of real estate that we know is going to be worth more money in the future?
Exactly. What do you look for when you're making a real estate investment? If it's anywhere in the world or in the US, what are the key things that you're looking for?
I look for cash flow first. Cash flow. Number one, I look for cash flow because cash flow will allow me to keep a piece of property through the cycles. So number one, I want to be paid for something. I do not speculate on real estate. I've never lost a penny investing in real estate. I've been doing this for 35 years. Number one, I want cash flow. Number two, I want a great location that's irreplaceable. I care less about the kitchens and the living rooms and the exterior, the paint, the roof. I care nothing about those. All those things can be changed. The location can never be changed. And the third thing I want to know when I buy a piece of real estate is, who can I sell this to?
Exactly.
Okay, so I should know who I'm exiting with. I should literally know who the next buyer will be before I purchase the property.
What's your advice to young people that want to get started in real estate and they've got limited funds? Maybe they've got $30,000 saved up. What's your advice?
You need some more money. You're gonna have to get some more money, player. you just I don't know what you're thinking about. You got to figure out how to get money. You're going to have to learn how to become a salesperson. You're going to have to learn how to get investors. You're going to have to learn how to convince the bank to give you a loan. You're going to have to convince tenants to rent from you. You're going to have to work out contracts and learn to negotiate with people. Buying real estate is a sales game.
Yeah.
It is not a real estate game. It's a sales game. If you don't know the sales game, the best real estate people I know in the world, Sam Zell, he's worth $5 billion today. Donald Bren's worth probably $12 or $13 billion. Fred Trump, Donald Trump's daddy, who gave Donald his start, which was hundreds of millions of dollars of real estate. These guys were all salespeople. Okay, you got to sell the bank, you got to sell the tenant, you got to sell the guy that owns the real estate to sell it to you. If it's a great piece of real estate, he's not going to want to sell it to you. So we look at this piece of real estate that we're in right now, the Park Hyatt, and we're like, what is this piece of real estate worth? What do you think it's worth?
I don't know, 500 million?
No,
800 million?
Oh, no, dude. No. This is priceless real estate right here. This is like...
Probably more than that.
Exactly.
A couple of streets back, I think a property recently sold another...
This piece of real estate...
hotel for like 500 million. So this would be worth $1 billion maybe.
This piece of real estate is whatever they want it to be worth, right? Is it even for sale? Because I'll guarantee there's somebody on this planet that says, I will take garbage pieces of paper, in your case, Australian dollars.
Yeah.
In my case, US dollars. It's all the same garbage, just pieces of paper. I'll take that and exchange it for this. That's going to look at that opera house. That's going to look at EY. EY right there has, Ernst Young has 243,000 employees. They're not going out of business. So you got Credit Suisse. I mean, what do they got? 150,000 employees. The major players on the planet. This is where people should be learning right here. Entrepreneurs, the young sales guy that you're talking about, he doesn't have a $3,000 problem or a $30,000 problem. He's got a $300 million problem. His problem is this big, not only have a little bit of money. So you just got to start thinking bigger. That is the mistake I made in real estate and in my other businesses. I didn't think big enough.
Exactly. Last night on Instagram, you said, get a view when investing. Is this a principle that you live by?
Get a view, exactly, get a view. Like I would rather pay extra money. I could have gone to the Four Seasons and paid half price, half of this. I could have gone to the Marriott and paid less. You see how they got blocked over there? I could have gone over there and got, probably got breakfast included. But you know what? I'm a mile and a half from the harbor. People are like, I can walk down here. Okay, well, good. I can walk out there too. I can walk out there. I can sleep on it. I can see on it. I can spit on the. At least in Australia you can spit. In Singapore you can't spit. So, dude, pay for the view. Pay for the view, because if you'll pay extra for the view, guess what? The next person will too. In real estate, so one of the biggest mistakes people make in real estate is they think that you should buy low and sell high. You're never going to buy this for low. This is never going to be low. This is always going to command a premium price because of its location. Get a view.
Moving on, what's the biggest success you ever had in your career? Like from the start of your
being
career?
with you today at this podcast, man. This is it, man. You're bringing me yeast infections. Chocolate treats, you're bringing me breadsticks. And look, I'm not eating any of it. It just shows you how disciplined I am. Okay? This is the one I want, though, the fingers.
Well, you might try some of that after the interview, but how do you keep your sales teams motivated, Grant? Like, I
pay them good, dude. I got guys making $700,000 a year. I got guys making more money than the people at Goldman Sachs. So, like, as long as people need money.
Yeah.
So I heard some cat the other day, I think this Brad Lee character that owes me $800,000. Criminal. In America, a guy owes me $755,000 to be exact. Okay, and he did some video about a good salesperson should not have to have a guarantee. That's ridiculous. Okay, Tom Brady just got his contract renewed. Okay, he's the best in the game. You guys, you don't know football.
Yeah, we know
you don't know
Tom
football.
Brady.
Yeah, you know Tom Brady?
Yeah, the NFL
Okay. Yeah,
player.
exactly. Okay, number 12. Okay, probably one of the greatest living quarterbacks on the planet. Maybe the greatest quarterback that's ever lived. They just increased his salary, I think, $8 million to $23 million a year. Just because you're great doesn't mean you don't want money. In fact, the greater you are, the more money you're going to want. So if you want great people, I hear companies always talk about, I can't find great people because you don't pay them anything, man. Right? So like if I offer you $700,000 right now, can you swim?
Yeah,
You any good?
I'm okay.
Yeah. So if I offer you $700,000 right now and say, hey, dude, you got to go swim after that boat and you got to catch it. Like, you're not going to worry about how cold the water is. The water's probably freezing ass cold, right? You're gonna if you're money motivated, okay, you're gonna fly in there. But let's say I put $700,000 out there and say whoever gets to the boat first.
Exactly. Well, what traits?
Exactly. Would you do it? Would you do it?
Probably. I think anyone in the world would do it.
I don't know.
Unless you're a billionaire and you're like,
yeah, then
give me-
700. You're not motivated by 700.
Exactly.
Right.
You'd want more than 700.
Yeah, you'd be like, yeah, I'll do it. But you know what? I know billionaires who would actually be the first people to hit the water.
Exactly.
Because they understand money. They understand, man, it's worth me paying that price to get the 700 because they know what to do with 700. A lot of people are not money motivated because they simply don't know what to do with money. Every time they get it, they actually lose it.
Exactly. What other traits are you looking for from salespeople that you're hiring other than money? I know that's a very key part. Is it
people
motivation? People that want to learn after hours? People that want to get into speaking? What other traits?
No, none of those things. None of those things. Like, I don't want a guy that wants to speak. I want a guy that wants to sell.
Yeah.
Right? I know salespeople that make hundreds of times more money than speakers. I know speakers, the last thing they want to do is sell.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't want to sell anything. Okay, you know, like they just want to speak. But look, if you want to speak, you go sit out there on the street corner and speak. Somebody will listen to you.
What are you talking?
So what I'm looking for is people that are motivated not by money, but because what money will do for them or their family, or they want to take their family on trips. Right? I want to take my family on trips. I want to give my family experiences. I want my kids to grow up and say, wow, I can have the best view. I don't need a second view. I could actually earn the best view. And so that's what motivates me, right? So I'm looking for other people to have something that motivates them. Like, what motivates you?
I think money, doing well, just helping the staff that we work with. We've got a team in Sydney, so we want to basically help employ the whole team in Sydney because you got to put food in their mouths and you got to help them pay for their bills. You know, that's what motivates me is building a successful business.
Yeah, and that'll probably change. That'll probably change over years. And then later it's going to be like, hey, how can I build 2 successful businesses? And then, 3, and then 6, and then 7, and
So what tips would you give for people that are selling digital businesses? Like what sales tips would you give? Like I'm talking about digital products, online marketing, things like that. What are your top 5 tips for that?
We did, I don't know. Frank Kern always asks this question. Frank says, you know who Frank is?
Yeah,
Frank says, Grant Cardone doesn't even consider himself a digital marketer, and he probably makes more money online than anybody else. I don't know if that's true or not because I don't know what other people make. I know we'll do about $40 million this year out of an e-commerce department with maybe 18 people. So we sell products that are free. Free actually makes me more money than stuff we sell. To products that are online products that are $40,000. So what 5 tips would I give somebody? I would, number 1, tell you that most e-commerce people don't know anything about e-commerce. It's a promotion game.
Yeah.
It's a promotion game. It's a total promotion game. Second thing I would say is that when you run a promotion, just assume that no one saw the promotion.
Yeah.
Don't change the promotion. That's the flaw with the A/B test.
That's one.
The old A/B test. Oh, hey man, the A won. The A didn't even do very well. Like I know there's tests going out there. Oh my God, A crushed B. Yeah. Jared called me the other day, my guy. He's like, man, we just had a conversion. It was unbelievable. We spent $100 and we made $180. I'm like, yeah, dude. So what? Like, what's the big deal? Or we made, I don't know. It was some dumb number. I'm like, but if we scale that out, what's going to happen? Right. So I think that people are measuring in e-commerce little metrics that mean nothing. But they give some kind of indicator that things are going to be good. The third or fourth thing, I don't know which one I'm on right now, but that I would suggest without going into a Deion Sanders story is I would suggest that people quit kidding themselves about returns and ROI and these metrics, these measurements. I would rather spend $1 and get nothing back than not spend the $1. Right? Because what I want is the impression. I actually think impressions are valuable. We're here. I'm doing podcast today. I don't know if I don't even know if you got any viewers, any listeners. Anybody's going to see this. I don't know.
Got a few.
Okay, good. So I don't know, but I'm going to do a bunch of these. Because I'm fertilizing. I have to pay the price. I have to invest in the beginning. When you go to a new land, a new place, or a new planet, you have to make investments in the environment and hope that, hey, if I keep doing this, if I keep making these deposits, whether it's me going to the gym, I don't know if the gym worked for me this morning. I know if I can stack up enough gym visits, if I go to church enough, hey man, maybe some of it will rub off on me. I'll become a good guy one day, okay? If I make enough investments in people and human beings and talking to people, we were out here shooting some video today and I'm like, hey, how you guys doing? How you guys doing? How you guys? The only reason I'm doing that is to make investments in people. Because if I do that often enough, I'm practicing extroverting myself to communicate to people. Because everything that I want, everything that's going to be good in my life is going to come through other people. It's not going to come because I sat in a room by myself. It's going to come my wife and I and Michael, and we went out into the marketplace and actually moved some people around. Like you're coming to my event now, right?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, exactly. See, it's because we
might
got
even come to your sales training.
You should come to the boot
sales
camp
training.
too.
Yeah,
it's a great question. I'm glad you brought up the boot camp.
What are the dates for the sales training? I noticed on your Instagram that
26 and 27. I never include the dates.
Okay.
Okay. Another e-commerce. Okay. Why would I talk about dates and location? You're like, when is it? See, if I give you a date right now, then you're like, oh, but that's my wife's birthday that day. And now you got a reason. I gave you too much data. I'm not trying to sell you on a date. I'm trying to get you to go to the boot camp. Right now you're thinking about the boot camp and you're curious about the days. So it worked. So we're going to do 2 days. What I did was I sat down with our partners at Success Resources. Always have trouble saying that success thing. Massive success is what I want. Okay, so I said, guys, look, I've had so much fun in Sydney. I want to come back here. So we're going to come back in 2 weeks. I'm going to go today. I'm going to do Sydney tomorrow. Then I'm going to Brisbane, Melbourne, Auckland.
Yep.
It's cold in Auckland right now, dude. I'm coming back out of Auckland. You know anybody over there in New Zealand?
We know a few people.
Yeah.
Are you going to Queenstown?
Tell somebody to bring me a coat because it's cold over there. Okay? And a raincoat. Make it a raincoat. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly back to Sydney and I'm going to come do a 2-day boot camp because there's so much interest here about our best-selling workshop delivery. Is actually not our big conferences 35,000 people come to. It's our smaller, more exclusive business boot camp where I go over sales, marketing, and execution.
Okay.
There's a guarantee on that, by the way. If your business doesn't 10x, I'll give you your money back.
No, we're definitely interested. I saw it last night. It looks great.
I don't want you interested. I want you there.
We'll try and be there.
Okay. No, I don't want you trying. See, that's the problem with all these programs. People try the programs.
Yeah.
Like what I want, that workshop is people coming together, making an agreement. Hey, I am going to make this work. So if your business is doing $1 million, the target in that workshop, in that boot camp, is to take that business from $1 million to $10 million. Now the question is, how long does it take? The faster we can do that, the better chance you actually have of pulling that off. The longer you take to get to 10 million, from 1 million to 10 million or 10 million to 100, the longer you take to land that plane, the more chances you have of running out of gas.
Fantastic.
Short runways.
Yeah, I mean, Other than that, what can people expect at the talk tomorrow as well, Grant? You've got you're on stage for 10,000 or so people.
Yeah.
What are they going to hear from you tomorrow?
Well, you should bring an umbrella. Okay. Bring an umbrella because I'm gonna tear the roof off the place. Okay. So the sunshine's gonna be coming in, man. Okay. I'm a rainmaker. Okay. What's gonna happen is 10,000 people are gonna walk out of there with a plan, a specific plan how to fix their finances. Tomorrow's really about financial freedom, because if financial freedom is not part of the strategy, no one will ever do anything. Okay. I've been in this space for 30 years. One of the biggest mistakes I made in my consulting business career and my desire to help other people was I didn't put money at the front of the conversation. And I know it's very popular today to say money doesn't matter, okay? The only people that say money doesn't matter are people that quit on money or people that already have so much that it doesn't matter, okay? Period. Everybody else it matters to. Everybody in between is either quitting on it or they got so much money they're like, I don't even need to worry about it anymore. But everybody in between, that's me, you, us in this room, we're like, hey, I have a money problem every day. Whether you're trying to do a big conference and it costs $4 or $5 million to put on these conferences, which is what it costs, or you're trying to buy one of these buildings out here and you're like, God, I'd like to. I know it would be a good thing to do, but I seem to have a problem with coming up with the money. And so you go to the store, same thing. You get a haircut, same thing. You want a gift for your girl, same thing. What did it cost? So you brought me these things, you know, thank you.
You sure you don't want to try any?
Dude, I'm going to try this right here. You know what you paid for this?
I can't remember, like $4 for the packet.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you a question.
This was probably
You've been
the
asking
most
a lot
expensive.
of questions. I don't want a yeast infection. So, how much money are you going to spend to push this podcast?
Probably a few $1,000s. We'll get it out there.
If you had endless amounts of money, how much would you spend?
I don't know, like maybe $1 million promoting.
Exactly. And the more you'd spend on promotion, the more people would end up knowing you, because you're doing something very smart with e-commerce, which is collaborating with other people that already have an audience. But to the degree that you can throw money at that and fuel it and get it into more places around the internet, you could come from being a Australia phenomenon to a worldwide phenomenon. These are good.
Well, thank you for your time today, Grant. I hope you
You're the man, dude.
have a great time. I hope
You're
you
the
enjoy
man.
some of the food. If you
No,
can't,
love
if
that.
you don't feel like eating it, give it to your daughters or
I will.
lovely Alina over there. And have a great trip. And hopefully we can come down to your sales course.
I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow, and then you guys decide whether you want to come to the course or not. Okay, it's going to be awesome.
We'll be there. All right.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate the commitment.
Thank you.
Awesome. That was awesome. Great job, man.
It's all right. No, thanks for your time.
Yeah. No, well done.